the server. So I'm going to start off as a client. So if something goes wrong as a client, I can see that, and then I will.
Says AstroTrucks dev stream.
So good, and when that inevitably goes wrong, which it probably will, I can then switch across to running the server on this machine. But it means I get a chance. The server is now running, and you should be able to join.
Okay.
So should I?
I haven't got the latest update come through. My update was, I think, yesterday's.
Oh well, then
I don't know.
Either restart Steam or right-click Properties, Manage Files.
I'll restart Steam. It's fairly easy.
It's usually easy, and it's guaranteed to be good too.
All right.
So I am now a client on this. I mean, the server's in the same room as me, but I'm now. I will just have to bring up the chat.
Yes, there's an update. Like that. 464 megabytes. Okay, lovely.
Oh, this is not going to happen because I changed. I mean, this is fucked. This is unbelievable fucked in an amazing, amazing way. How?
That one's perfect.
I changed the time scale of everything to 1/10. Yeah, so that build's a complete bust, like absolute bust. And like it will take me quite a long time to build one. Well, that's the worst bit. I can start it now, but it will probably take half an hour. So what it is, I've only been working on visuals. So I've been working on moving the asteroids around and just tons and tons and tons of new graphics. But earlier, I did a little video, and the little video I did, I had to slow down by 10 times because the video was just too quick. So I slowed the video down. And
By slowing the engine down.
Slowing the engine down. And I forgot to speed the engine back up again before I made the build. And I could roll back to the previous build, but that doesn't really tell me. Now, the silliest thing is, I haven't changed any shaders. I haven't changed any graphics. I haven't changed any meshes. I have changed nothing whatsoever since the. So in theory, Unity should just go bit bit bop bit bop bop bop, done. In theory, and in fact, there is an ongoing issue where that is what Unity is supposed to do.
Is there no way? I mean, I'm completely talking out my backside. Is there no way of it sort of going? I'll just build the bits you've changed, but
yes,
not like what you described. But I mean, just like because they're separate files, can you not just go build that file?
Yeah, no, it absolutely does that. But now it's right. Oh, I found 18 million shaders you need to compile. Well,
as well.
I haven't changed anything, so the cache.
Can you not exclude the shaders except when you want to update them?
No. So the thing, if I go and have a poke now in the shader cache folder, because I've been dealing with Unity on this because it's. I'm curious by this. It might, see, hey, preparing variance compilation 415 million. If I go into where is it? 10 library shader cache. So I sent them a picture of my shader cache before I blew it away, and like Unity dev, it's all about. I'm like, yes, it does. That's why I'm complaining about it. And he's like, oh, by deleting them all, and then do it again. I was like, okay, and that actually did help. It genuinely did help. So I blew it all away, and a full build of AstroTrucks takes about 10 hours. Usually, I can do a build in 30 minutes now. But right now, in my shader cache folder, there are 330,000 shaders in 433 folders, totaling 4.5 gigabytes on disk. And marshalling those is really slow. But like the guy is genuinely, 50,000, that sounds like a lot. I'm like, Yes, it is, Mr. Unity Man. Could you fix it? Because I don't. I should be able to rebuild this in a handful of seconds.
Yeah, especially when you've just changed like one variable or something. Let's just change that one particular input to the binary. Or whatever it goes to, DLL or whatever.
Yep. The problem is that Unity are. I mean, they're going on about, oh, we've added this to log and that to log. I'm like, dude. And then I said, look, you're saying preparing variants for compilation, but you haven't told me which shader you're doing it on. He goes, oh, that'd be more useful if it showed the shade in it, wouldn't it? I'm like, yes. You haven't used your own software even one little bit, have you? Like, you blatantly don't use this stuff.
Unfortunately, that's a lot of. Well, I can't be that generic, but I mean, in my experience, what little it may be is sometimes it is true. You know, and they go, "Oh, how did that get in there?" Somebody hit D, hit save, compiled it, stuck it in the build, shipped it, and then some other poor chump went, "Why isn't this working?" And you go and look, and there's a missed key press. Someone's gone safe rather than cancelled. That's been put into a major build. I'm like, what? How did that get out the door? You know.
Yeah, well, I mean, a lot of it is just obviously no testing. So, I mean, I mentioned this when we were playing SnowRunner. So, SnowRunner, I believe, has a functional testing setup. So they go, can I do this? Can I do that? Can I put fuel on my vehicle? Can I winch on things? Tick, 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 tick.
Yeah.
But if you actually play it, you realise quite quickly it's quite broken. It works. Put it. Imagine that you've got a car and you're testing the car just to say, does the car drive? Drives forwards? Brilliant. Done. It's only then when you go, right, I'm going down to Wales to spend the weekend with my family, you go, oh, the car catches fire after 5 miles. But that wasn't one of the tests.
Yes.
It's that sort of thing with Unity. They obviously test it. So right now, Unity is consuming a tiny amount of my CPU. And it's running on an NVMe. It is consuming. The biggest thing is system, which is writing a megabyte a second. So, an irrelevant amount. Allocated 6 gigs of RAM. It's not using a network. I love the way it says not responding.
Yeah. Well, it's got a subthread that's using all the CPU.
Well, it's got one thread. Yeah, this is the thing. It's not even a multi-threaded compilation. I believe this does run on the GPU, but I don't have the fancy Dubry. I forgot what it's called now. The little thing that sits in your taskbar. It's a little NVIDIA thing and shows you how much it's going. Hoping this will be really quick.
Not process monitor. That's got various charts you can put in the system tray.
No. It's just.
Oh, Process Explorer.
No. This is about. It's an NVIDIA tool, and I'm
sure
right. It used to be installed by default, and it just shows you how much your GPU is using. That's all it does, in a bit of a vague way, but it does mostly. The thing is, the moment I ran the game, I was like, "Oh, why is that sound effect taking 10 times too long to?" Oh no. Schoolboy error. 20.
Oh, I had a schoolboy error the other day at work. Someone was asking to test an install. They had to test the install not off an ISO, off a CD. Or DVD. It had to be tested off on DVD. It had to be. So I burned it off to DVD for them. Gave them a DVD drive to use it. So there you go. This is one of the devs. They have to one of their tests is they have to install it off a DVD and an ISO.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, if it installed off the ISO, then there you are. You're done. Oh, but we have to do this. I'm like, yes, but it's your processes. You don't have to do everything your process says. Modify the process so it isn't stupid.
Does anyone actually use a physical disk anymore? Is that even done?
Well, apparently we do. Well,
okay.
Schneider do. Schneider got really, enough said about that really, so I get very angry. But essentially, he was surprised at why it was taking so long to execute the installer. I'm like,
it's off a DVD.
It's off a DVD. It's a monolithic 1.2 gig bloody executable.
Oh,
what do you expect it to do? It's going to read all of that at 5 megabytes a second. What do you think it's going to do? It's going to take 20 minutes.
Yeah, no, I used to get that when you had a DVD with a film on it, and if you opened it up with thumbnails on, it'd be, hold on a minute, I'm just going to seek all the way to the end. You're like, no, please don't show the thumbnail, don't show the thumbnail. You're going to spend like several minutes trying to,
Waste my time.
Yeah, because you're supposed to have a little executable which will then, but
A stub. Yeah, it just says, hello, here I am, do a thing. No, they've made it just one great big executable. I'm like, that's not an ISO. That's just a fucking monolith.
Yes. Oh,
it's horrible, but yeah, whatever. That's what they want to do.
I mean, it would work, but what was the fast?
You've got to have You've got to have enough RAM to hold the installer.
Yeah, that's all right.
Well, yeah, but it's 1.2 gig. It's a bit big, but some people are specing VMs at the bare minimum to squeeze this thing into memory, and you're like, 4 gigs isn't enough to run this to load that installer. What are you doing?
I'm just trying to work out what because the fastest DVD player reader you would get 24x. At 24.
It's an external USB thing.
Yeah, you can get external. You can get them. Oh, right, here we go. Do you want to have a guess off the top of your head what 24x DVD speed is?
I remember one speed was 150 kilobytes a second, I think. So scale that up.
Remember, 1 times was enough to play a DVD film. That's the definition.
Oh, okay.
So it's about you're off by about a factor of 10, but it's about 1 and a bit meg. So 24 times is 33 megabytes a second.
Oh wow!
But that is capable of writing a full dual layer DVD in 4 minutes.
Wow! I never thought they'd actually come up with that idea of dual layers. That's amazing.
Yes,
refocusing and getting it down a bit.
You can have as many layers as you like. It just the hardware gets more and more expensive. It is compiling, by the way. It does seem to be going quickly, but I think I have done some stuff. It's about a 30-minute.
Is that a count up or a count down? The busy for.
Busy for's counting up. It's been busy for 9 minutes 50 seconds.
Oh, okay.
The thing is, I started to make this build at about 5 o'clock. I had to do a full lighting pass, a full render pro pass, a full light pro pass, a full occlusion pass, and then build it, and then upload it, and then my dinner arrived. And it was like, it's fine. It'll work great. But... Now, it's definitely going quite quickly, though. But I think
that's where Windows Sticky Notes comes in handy. You can do sticky note, remind yourself to turn this off on or whatever. Yeah.
No, the thing is, it wouldn't have even been that. I turned it on, did the recording, and then I haven't run the game since. I've only fiddled with stuff in editor. I didn't need to because of what the nature of what I was doing. The interesting thing is, by the way, that this process here, what it's doing is it's found 103 possible 103 million possible variants. And what it's doing now is it's working out which of those it should compile. And I found this with other bits of Unity before, where...
Oh, it spends more time looking for what it should compile than just flat compiling it.
Yeah, it's like when you delete something, it goes, looking for files, like, just start deleting them as you find them, which I think it actually does. I think it's actually just a poorly written dialogue in that case.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting actually while I'm waiting. What? So the 12 series Intel CPU is the fast one, isn't it?
Currently, I believe so. Yeah.
Raptor
no, I think 12
October.
is.
Yeah, 13 is coming out in October. Because I'm getting a new computer this year because.
Yes, I think I will be as well. The family computer's a bit shamefully pathetic.
Well,
it's 8 gigs of RAM.
No, it's mostly because I'm tired of waiting.
More power.
Well, the most expensive thing about this computer was the hard drive followed by the RAM. So I won't need to go nuts.
Followed by the what, sorry?
The RAM, because I've got 30 gigs of quite fast RAM.
DDR4?
Oh, yeah, it's 4, but it's 3.2 gigahertz, 32 gigahertz, megahertz. Yeah, so the 13th gen Core i9 is 70% faster than the equivalent Ryzen. So the new one, the i9 39K looks pretty good. That's coming out in October.
Well, they have 4070, 4080 and so forth. They're like 70%. They were shouting for 70% as well. I'm like, yeah, right. Let's actually see some real world benchmarks from buying that.
Well, bear in mind that is full multi-threading, and right now, annoyingly, I mean my GPU is actually doing a fair old bit. So I think these are compiling, but this is the thing. This is barely using. That's the worst bit. If it was hammering my computer, I'd be happy. But it's just sort of
Booting along.
yeah.
Mm.
But yeah, Nvidia are very likely to release the new video cards this year, so I'm going to get a new computer. Don't need to go crazy on storage space. Probably just move the hard drives from the old machine across. There's no programs on it, it's just data. So
Yeah, that's easy enough to do. Yeah. How many NVMe's have you got?
I've got one NVMe, one SSD, and two 10 terabyte spinning disks.
That's one of my classic concerns about heat. Because on my board you've got two slots, but one's basically just literally above the primary PCI 16X slot.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, that's going to get very, very cooked. So I
Yeah.
put my NVMe further away in the other slot.
I don't think you've actually seen, because I've got a 38. I don't think you've seen it. I bought
No.
a sheet of aluminium heatsink designed for like high-end LED lighting rigs and cut it out so it just sits on top of the computer. So I've got this enormous heatsink on the top side of the video card, because normally you just get like I look at the computer going, why is there no heatsink on the top? Because I mean you're blowing heat around, but you're not.
Oh, because there's no space to put it in. To the design. The design is the board that comes hanging down, doesn't it? When they flip the systems around.
Yeah, well, I mean, there is, because I popped one in. But yeah, so I've got that with a little fish tank not thermostat, like a thermostat sticker on there. So I've got that.
Oh, which is like, as you can see what the temperature is.
Yeah, so it basically means I don't need to actively cool it anywhere near as much as I would normally, because I've got a walloping great heatsink. I mean, it's genuinely, I don't know, a foot long or something.
I think I have seen that heatsink. I think you used it in one of your older rigs.
I think I used it on the old computer.
Or the previous.
Yeah. I'm not sure I can get a very good picture right now. It's just stuff in the way. Like there's a table leg in the way. So I've got that, and my NVMe does have a whacking great heatsink on it as well. So a lot of it is just trying to get the components to get their heat out into the case. And then I have a pair of very big fans on it, which I can turn on, but I just don't need to. And then on the outside of the case, I've got 280mm fan? God, does that hoot some air. Like, it only spins slowly, but you turn it on and you can just feel these massive gusts of air, hot air, coming out of the computer.
And my case has got two 20cm fans on the front, or 200mm on the front. They're both just spinning very quietly, doing their thing.
Yeah, but bear in mind, my computer's on, all the fans are on. I've just turned on the big 280mm one on the top, and it's actively blowing hot air out of the computer. Because it just, like, the computer doesn't move enough air. Well, it can't really, because it's like a jet engine. But the problem is, after being on all day and being used all day, the PSU starts to get warm, and then the frame gets warm, and then the glass gets warm. So the entire computer gets very, very hot, because obviously I get up at 10 in the morning. I get to my computer at 10 in the morning, and I just use it until midnight. So I'm using it for 14 hours a day. So it's not like a normal computer. You turn it on at 5, you turn it off at 10, say. You haven't heat soaked it. So that's actually proven to be a bit of an issue with trying to use high-end gaming stuff. I would love to get the computer put in a different room and just cable everything, but that gets really hard with high resolution and high frame rate stuff. So I can run 1080p.
Keep it cool as well.
Well, I mean, it doesn't matter then. It can run as hot as it likes, because it could be as noisy as it likes. It's in a different room. But when you're trying to, I mean, if you're doing 1080 60, you're fine. When you're trying to do like 4K 144, good luck running a very, very long cable with that. That's going to get much, much trickier. So, I already have problems sometimes with the capture card losing sync, because I mean that's running, a fair old distance. But yeah, I've thought about it. I mean, what would be good is if there was a really, really, really ultra reliable way of doing remote screen stuff, like really reliable. So my local computer is like a passively called Android box, and all the screen displays are high resolution encoded stuff from a computer in a different room, or in the loft or wherever. But I've used these, and without fail, apart from all of them, Mass Without Borders isn't a video. Every so often you just have to go to the bloody thing and go, click, wiggle the mouse, press the space bar, press escape. Oh, it's brought up a dialogue box or something. And there's always something that goes wrong. I found with those.
Yeah. At church we have video. It's 1080p, I think, over a long old link. I don't know what kind of link we're using, but that's easily 50 meters.
Yeah, but
two monitors.
If you're doing like 1080/30.
Actually, it must be more than that. But anyway.
You could do it, but yeah.
Yeah, but it's probably less than that, to be fair, because it's only words, song sheet.
Yeah.
Your picture.
Yeah.
No, we do video. We do video.
Okay. Yeah, but you're not.
No, but it might be 30, like you say. I don't know.
Yeah, 1080 is quite easy these days. It's when you start getting into the higher data rates, it becomes a lot harder to run very, very long cables. Hello.
I know you can get it over IP.
Hello, one hand. Video over IP. Yes, I don't have any video over IP monitor, so I'd need some sort of then a very long USB. Again, I'd have to collapse all of my many USB devices down into one USB device, one cable to the computer in the other room. It could be done. Don't get me wrong, it definitely could be done. But it's one of those that I suspect I'd have to spend quite a lot of time researching and shopping and buying stuff, and then it's not going to be cool, that looks good, install that, run a cable. It's going to be a pain in the ass. And I have done quite a lot of Steam home streaming, because what I can do, and it does work quite well, is streaming my PC out to the garden, so I can play games on my PC out in the garden. The Steam Deck, honestly, wait till you see the Steam Deck. Seriously, it is a thing of beauty. Genuinely lovely bit of kit. And really, it's super powerful on its own. That's the weird thing. It is crazy. I was playing Race Driver Grid, which is from 2007, just at full detail. Everything cracked to the max, 60 frames a second going, and the thing's barely warm.
Because you're deferring all rendering to your main gaming rig.
No. That's just the Steam running deck running the game, because it's a slightly older game. It runs No Man's Sky beautifully, although. That's not a 5-hour battery life then, that's a 1.5-hour battery life. It canes the...
Oof.
But...
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Yeah.
But that's where streaming it from your PC works really well. And obviously, because it runs Steam, that's just an option. I turn on my Steam Deck now. But there's the other thing. I've just pressed the Steam Deck button. It's already on. Gotta love that. Oh, my PC just popped up a message saying... My Steam Deck is available to stream from. I don't know why I want to stream from my Steam Deck to my PC, but that is an option. And now I can't show you, but I could stream No Man's Sky to my Steam Deck. I haven't had to fiddle with anything or click on anything, do anything. It just works. Because it's Steam, and Steam have been doing Steam home streaming for it's been a lot of years now. But yeah, I'm honestly impressed with it. I have played an awful lot of games on it. Some work better than others. Any game that has even slightly small
footprint
text, does not work at all. You want a game with a big thing. What is interesting is it comes with something called Desk Job, which you can run on PC, and it's. Valve designed a game around the Steam Deck, it's all Portal themed, but they've really done a good job on the graphics, to the point where it genuinely uses up half your battery to play through the game, because it's trying very hard to look good. Yeah, I apart from the fact we are talking about an expensive piece of hardware, it is a beautiful, fantastic thing. I mean, I obviously got it so. For work, so I can make sure my stuff works on it. But I've been really impressed. Only complaint.
I mean, obviously you said it works all right in the garden. Is that including obviously running the backlight quite high, so you can actually see it in the garden.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, the battery life is fantastic. I mean, it's heavy. It's a big heavy it's a heavy thing. But I mean, right now, I've got what's it reckon 7.1 hours of battery doing what I'm doing on it currently. It was also interesting. Again, I can't show you. I can limit the frame rate. I can limit the frame rate to 1530 or 60. I can also do what's called half rate shading, which halves the horizontal resolution, but in a clever way, so it doesn't look quite so bad. And then you can scale things. So you can run games at half resolution and scale them up and all sorts of clever bits. So it's really,
Sort of
really
eke out more life out of it.
Yes, I mean, the only problem is I can't imagine going on an airplane journey and it's still running by the end of it. You'd need another battery.
Yeah.
And that's when you realize it's quite a hungry beast. It whinges about. Now, hold on, let me see. I think it can only pull.
You can't play and charge.
It can play and charge, but you do need a beast of a charger. What is interesting is it's not messing around with details. If I crank up the battery information, it shows me everything. It shows me all of the CPU cores. It shows me the power draw. So the power draw on my CPU right now is 0.5 watt, and the power draw on my GPU is 1.5 watts.
Wow.
Most of the rest, unfortunately, is the screen, which is about 10 watts. But that's because it's light. You know, it's a bit harder. But yeah. Bear in mind, my
they've got adaptive display. You know, so the output obviously varies depending on the.
It does, but it's turned off because it's broken. They haven't fixed it yet. But what is funny is my main PC, you know, my work PC. That's about 500 watts under load. The Steam Deck is about 5. So this thing is incredibly efficient, very, very powerful, ergonomic. Everything runs. I have nothing bad to say against it, apart from it doesn't have any exposed pins, so there are no docks for it. You have to plug in a USB socket, and that is what's going to break. It's going to be that socket. So I've got a 90-degree cable, but not having a wireless dock. Check that when I've said that. I don't think it does wireless. Oh, people are suggesting having a wireless charger you plug into the top.
And then glue it to the back of it or something.
Yeah, and then glue it to the back of it. That's not a bad idea. But the thing is, once you've got something plugged into the C socket, it's the other thing. You can't then charge it because the case won't close. So, yeah. So here's the thing. I have a USB toothbrush, and it comes in a hard case, and the case has a USB socket in it. You plug the USB socket into it, and it induction charges the toothbrush.
Yeah, because you can't have live electronics, so it'll get wet.
Why the fuck does the Steam Deck, which is, I think it was a £560 piece of equipment, got less features than my toothbrush? Questions? Oh, yes, it's got a 40 watt-hour battery.
That's a bomb.
That's yes, that is a very, very powerful battery. But yeah, it runs a custom version of Linux, and it's oh. Well, we're coming up to 26 minutes. It should nearly be done. Off. It had. I'm doing a build. Yeah, 40 watt-hour battery. But the thing is, on one hand, I bought an electric motorbike and then I bought an electric car, and they make you reevaluate what you think big is. So
yes.
My motorbike has a 7 kilowatt-hour battery, so 7,000 watt-hour battery. My Tesla has a 77,000 watt-hour battery. So
Did you play Steam Deck on that for a little while?
Well, someone posted in one of the Tesla forums going, I want to run like a mini fridge off the 12 volt. How long can I run it for? I'm going to run out the battery. And I did the math and I'm like, you can run it for 48 days. Assuming for some reason that your fridge pulls full power all the time, it's over a month of running it easily.
Mad. I'm surprised we haven't started sort of issuing houses with 12-volt sockets around the building rather than 240 volts and stepping it down every bloody time.
Well, for what?
Well, lots of things take the 240 volts and immediately step it down, like the TV. Monitors, computers. Why does it have a 12-volt supply straight out the hall?
That's an interesting point.
A lot of things are 12 volts these days.
Would it be more efficient to have a nice, efficient 5 and 12 volt power supply in your house and then run everything off that? That's an interesting question. I don't know.
That's a question I've always asked myself too.
Well, I think in the US, lots of you do have 240 volts for
available.
No, yeah, but
208. It's hard to get.
I thought lots of places had it for like cookers and things.
Dryers, and that's just we're pulling 2 poles, so it's 208.
Yeah, but this is my point.
Oh, right.
You do in the US you do have 240 because in the UK we've got 240. That's it. That's the other thing.
Only single pole houses.
But with what Max was asking.
Phase.
But yeah, because someone mentioned that in the UK the electricity grid is actually struggling a little bit. They don't talk about it. But if I look at my Tesla right now, I can look at what the voltage is to the Tesla. Ain't 240.
It's sagged.
Yeah.
I saw that at a LAN party. I was like, what? Why is the power sagging? It went down to like 210.
Well, the thing is, what the Tesla does is 238. Because the UK is struggling to generate 240. I've seen it as low as 232. It depends what's going on. Because what the Tesla does is if it spots the voltage drop, it will reduce the ampage. Because it means the cable's overheating or whatever. But people have said it keeps dropping from 10 amps no matter what happens. And people said, yes, because the UK as a whole is struggling to generate enough voltage.
You know why?
Because we haven't built enough solar panels.
You're pulling too much from the turbines. The more it's pulling, the more resistance is on the turbine. For a turbine-based power plant.
Oh, like
nuclear.
Well, and
nuclear, or literally anything other than solar and wind.
Well, wind's turbines. I don't know if it's
not that kind.
You don't know if it's the same type of turbine. I'm just uploading the build now.
But I've always wondered why we don't have AC servicing every house, but the house itself, since you've got to have a step-down transformer anyway, just make the entire inside of the house DC current, because everything converts it, or most everything converts to DC anyway.
Well, because there was a reason we got electricity, and that reason was televisions. And televisions were definitely AC. There was no...
Really?
Yeah. Of course they are.
Very, very high voltage, aren't they?
Yeah, very high voltage and very, very AC. Definitely AC.
So, microwaves, there you go.
Yeah, but these days, not so much.
I'm sure you could make those things.
Yeah. Nearly, my PC basically has the 1,000-watt AC to DC converter in it. I don't think anything in my PC is AC. The build has been updated, by the way. I'm just updating the server now.
Ooh.
The side of my house is slightly too old to have 3-phase. Most new builds do have 3-phase now, though. No 22 kilowatt.
America has dedicated 3-phase for like residential.
Yeah, but it means I can't have a 22 kilowatt charger. The bigger charger I can get here is going to be 11. Right now, I usually charge it to be at 1.5. That's all I bother charging at because I don't need to charge very quickly. But that might change when I've got my solar, because if the sun's shining, I'm going to want to use up all of that. Yeah, I'm getting a 5 kilowatt hour battery and hopefully 7 kilowatt hours of solar. Might be 9, might be 6, depending. things and angles and stuff.
Oh yeah, that's right. You were having a lot of trouble with that. I remember now.
Yeah. So I can't wait because
And mostly it was just people being twats.
well, I can't wait because it means I don't have to worry about my electricity usage anymore. I can just crank the aircon on, I get the heating up, I can just top the car off, whatever.
Which is more expensive, the panels or the battery for it?
About half and half what I'm paying.
Ooh, that's
So,
not bad.
This is why we had that big discussion about flywheels earlier. Flywheels are really cheap compared to batteries. Which is why you sink them into concrete in the garden.
Yes, and get a magnetic bearing for it.
Well, I couldn't find anyone that sells them. They're all like for big warehouses and steel mills.
Bastards.
Up in a couple of seconds. Now, right now, I'm going to wait until Max joins because right now I have a whole bunch of old players on this server, so they're all listed as unknown. But when Max joins, hopefully he should tell the server his name, and the server should go, "Aha! I know who you are." Should be able to join
What if
now.
he doesn't want the server to know his name?
Well, that's not how it works. I've worked very hard to make sure the server does know your name because Valve likes to hide it away.
It's like Cheers, is it?
Bev, you should be able to join the server now, Max.
Dad got it. Thanks, Dad.
What? Huh? What's happening?
Cheers. As in, where everyone knows your name. Anyway, whatever.
Oh yeah.
The cadence of this one. Waiting for Luke back.
When I was a
Yeah.
kid growing up, every time that show came on, we just
Ugh.
turned it off and moved on.
Waiting for
Okay, so
waiting for
Kids.
that means you just started a server, I think.
I am straight away into a screen full of information rather than my ship.
Yeah, but don't do that. That's correct. Don't do that. Join the server. Don't start your own one.
Oh, sorry. I thought everyone was to join it.
You can also just right-click join if you can see it. But F1 is start server. F2 is start client.
I need more hints than.
Oh my
Okay, so if
god!
I
Wait.
I see. I can't do join yours.
Did you say you need more hints? Because it does say press F2 to join game on the screen.
Yes,
Oh
I
my
know.
God, how
I
do you
know.
have a half gig upload? Damn it!
What's the bottom option? Launch game, watch game, view info, something.
So I'm
View
not
info is
currently
wrapped
in
down.
I'm not in a server right now. If I was
Oh, I
on,
have to. Okay.
because you're not friends, so on purpose that account isn't friends with anyone because then I'm testing the situation where you are friends and I'm testing the situation.
Okay. So
Yes.
I'm going to hit
Saying
F2.
he's not your friend.
Which should
Probably
play
just
on
not
all of
bad.
the Steam servers. There we go. Waiting for client to finish connection. Client is called. Oh, well, he's
Hillick.
unknown, but he's not in a vehicle. That's
Yeah, I'm on that strange screen again as well.
that's fine. That's absolutely correct.
Not
So-
the strange screen.
So
Okay.
don't use the cheat keys anymore because no, I've got your name. Brilliant. So you are currently in the colony. Let me join as well.
Oh, I see. That's what these your screens are.
If you're on the D-pad, you will probably need to grab your mouse. I'm afraid for that screen. The screen is still
Okay.
very in
Yeah.
progress. Okay. So if you press F7, F11, get rid of all your debug crap.
We'll do it.
Hey.
So you should hopefully see yourself at the top. I can see that you've never played on this server. You have no XP. You've got $5. I'm not sure how you've got $5. And
Pity.
you haven't got
Pity
any skills.
$5.
So you're on the screen now. So if you press spacebar, that should toggle you between the trucker screen and the spaceship screen.
Got a nice bleep.
Yep. And you should.
And a bloop.
And that determines which screen you are looking at. You need to look at it yourself. It's on the left, the big one.
Oh, that
You're
didn't
so
do
neat.
anything.
It does.
I don't think.
But you need to aim the camera
Yeah, it
yourself.
does.
But bear in
So
mind,
angry.
it's designed for VR.
So what change do you want to hit spacebar? Sorry.
Look left. Big screens.
Yep.
One of them will say press beta select. The other one will not.
Yes.
Cool.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So highlight. You should do highlight the one that says spaceships available.
How do I?
Which one is currently selected?
Okay, space.
Cool.
Oh, right. Spaceship's available. Yeah.
Cool. Now you should be able to use the cursor keys and select one of the taxis. Bear in mind they are proper fucks right now. So I would suggest you take the R1 hack.
Oh, I can see I can move the map around
Yes, you can move the map around. Yeah.
using the arrow keys.
A bunch of other keys too.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, it's not very good. Oh man, these ships are proper.
Oh
knackered.
no.
So I would suggest you get in the R1 hack D. So up and down, select what you want, and enter to actually select.
I'm not on. Oh, there you go.
Bear in mind,
R1 hack
this
D.
is designed
Okay.
for VR.
Oh.
Oh, hey, this is being now flown by Dr. Realism.
A
Awesome.
new ship we switched to taxi with new UID 1000.
Yep.
Oh, 10, 100,000 1 million
So
one.
if, in theory, if you press backspace now, you should get in it.
Yep.
And
Worked.
And I should be able to watch you fly around, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to get to the other taxi. Now,
Voyeurism.
so, again, because you are a remote client, I'm going to get you to do this. So, bear in mind, your ship is properly fucked because it's brand new and no one
Yep.
ever repaired it. Now, it's not your ship. This ship belongs to the colony. We are all communists. So, fuel and repairs do not apply to your ship. So you don't pay for those.
Right.
They pay for those. So you should hopefully remember where the repair dock is, and you should
I
hopefully
think I might be able to.
be able to fly over there. Now, bear in mind, and I'm going to say this again, your ship is properly knackered. So this means that systems will now break down. So when you're flying the ship,
I think he's trying to tell you something about how your ship is supposed to work.
well, if you, I can't see you unfortunately, so that.
I'm just about to go out the dock.
Translation: he wants to look at you.
Might have to rejoin because Unity has a bug. No, it doesn't seem.
Another one? You seem to have all the luck with those things.
Oh, okay. My RCS calls have just cocked
Oh, dear.
themselves.
So, the more gentle you are with your ship, the more likely, or the less likely, it is that that particular system will break. If you go full throttle, it's going to break. But if you go half throttle, it's less likely.
That wasn't even going near that.
That's because your ship has never been repaired. So hopefully you
Does it
should...
start in a good working state?
No, absolutely not. Because no, that's the point. The point is this is a cheap knackered ship. So this is where you start. It's cheap.
Or like a second-hand sort of
It's-
lemon.
Yes.
Not the lemons.
Still can't
Yeah.
see.
They could burn your house down.
I can't remember the repair bay is.
Well, unfortunately,
Well,
we
I
actually
think it's
Expecting
over
like
there.
a sort of
I think-
nose exhale or something.
I think we do have a more serious issue because I can't see you at all.
Well,
Well, actually,
That
try.
is-
oh, good.
Why wouldn't you want to see Max?
Being a little harsh on my RCS calls has cocked my RCS coils. I'm like, whoops! Now I'm going to crash and die horribly,
Yes, you just got to be more
or
gentle.
just do a 360 because it's kind of
How
like a
much
reload.
network
Now.
are you using? Because Max keeps going robot-y a little.
Not on my screen.
Oh, why don't I have any vehicles? I don't seem to have any vehicles.
You don't hear that either, DJ?
Oh, no.
Oh come on, that was being super gentle.
Weird.
Yeah, bear in mind that ship is it is ultimately screwed. It really is. Mostly because that's what I've been implementing is that, and I purposely haven't fixed it.
Yeah.
But yeah,
A lot. The asteroids look fantastic.
I haven't actually had a chance to look at them yet. I made the build, but I haven't actually flown around. I'm trying to work out why. Okay. I am not receiving ship updates from the server. Possible
What kind of
server-
updates? He knows what I said. Excuse me. Like to talk to your manager. God damn it! How am I out of iron plates again?
As right, the server is not sending fleet updates.
Done great things.
I wonder if it's because I'm in.
Well, shake your finger sternly at it.
Pretty good talking to. Yeah, that'll work. How come I'm not going to
Stern
suffocate?
talking to. Like, I
Because
don't
that's
think
sort of a
regular
redundant
ones can
system
do
or
it.
something.
Why aren't you going to suffocate? Because I haven't implemented life support.
Oh, okay.
RCS is your thrusters, your rotational thrusters.
That'll do it.
A
Ooh,
realistic experience, wouldn't
I
it?
like that word.
So the server is not sending any fleet updates.
So my ship is just stuck. According to your client.
It's kind of rude.
The server's happy with what you're doing, I think.
Oh.
But I don't know where you are. So what we'll have to do is we'll have to switch to me
Hasn't
being
complained.
the server and make sure that me being the server doesn't also screw things.
Oh, because you don't know if it's a firewall my end or something that's
No,
cocking it
it's
up.
not that. No, the server's not sending them, but I can't debug why the server. Oh dear, oops, I made that. I can't debug why the server's not sending them because it's running on that.
You need to. Yeah.
Having a lazy day. Wake up, lazy bones. What? Oh, god damn it.
So, do you? Are you? Where are you, Max?
I am travelling very slowly towards the repair bay.
Okay. Yeah, we should see if that works.
Should I stream onto this Discord so you can see?
No, it's all right. Because I'm going to switch. A lot of the issues we're having is because for some reason the server is not.
Don't let him do it. He's
I
gonna
have
use it for evil.
I have a question. Assess that.
No.
Oh, bloody hell. Yeah, so I've got number 47 on my screen, right in the
I
middle.
believe in you.
48. Yeah, is that an XP counter or a money counter or something?
The
Well,
distance
it's not
that
XP.
vehicle has travelled, I'm going to guess.
Oh, it's the odometer.
Speedometer, yeah. Interestingly, this is something I don't think you were involved in, but we did chat about this.
So this thing's been sort of rewound with a power drill or something, has it?
No, that's a.
It was a second-hand Mankey one. That should have like a big number on it, not a small number on it.
Good. I can see it. I can see exactly how much it's got, which is about 55,000. Anyway, what if you were to discuss how far a car has travelled? What term would you use?
You'd say how many miles has it done?
Yeah,
What's miles on the clock?
Or a way of using one word rather than miles on the clock, you'd say what's its
Mileage.
mileage. What do they call it in Europe then?
Range.
Kilometrage.
They call it. The best bit, we found an excerpt from the South African driving website, the DVLA equivalent, that just said mileage indicates how many kilometres your car has gone. It's like, oh, right. It's just such an ingrained term. It's
That's glorious.
It's mileage. Yeah.
there just isn't a term. Because I needed
Fantastic.
to. What I needed to say.
No, you're.
I need to have the stat. I don't want to say distance travelled. It's too long. I didn't want to say odometer. That's a bit nerdy. Odometer is just a little bit on the that one. So I'm like, right. Then I guess I will go with
But it's the
mileage, even though we're measuring the distance travelled in. Oh. Are you there, Max?
Yeah, the right-hand display has got more screen, more stuff to
he's
throw
doing
at
great
this buffer
things.
than it can cope with.
Yes, it does that.
So the most recent message is main thrusters has broken down for 18 seconds. There's some green text underneath it, and main thrusters are working currently.
It does that. It doesn't. Basically, you've got one big global log, and sometimes I shove player stuff into it, sometimes I stuff server stuff into it. But it's because a lot of the messages are on multiple lines, and that's my fault. I shouldn't make them.
How do I tell my currents? Oh, there. Sorry. No, I'm going 11 point. No, I'm breaking my thrusters yet again.
So bear in mind, in reality, you wouldn't let the ship get this knackered. No. Once it gets to like 50% knackered, you're like, I'm going to go and fix
this
it.
Thing's fucked.
Your one is currently 4%, 4% repaired.
4% healthy.
But
It's going to fail its MOT if I don't get my ass in this repair bay.
having MOTs, maybe once a month to get an MOT. So I do want to implement.
Ew.
So the vehicles get damaged, but I do want to implement a system where older vehicles get damaged
Lost inspection.
more than newer vehicles, even if you repair them all, because the equivalent of the suspension's got a bit rusty or something. That's why your ship is about 50,000 meters on the. Totally wrong. So that odometer there.
However many years in the future, we still gotta call the tow guy.
Well,
That's that aspect of the game I thought we were going to put in.
Yes, that's something that I have. I'm just going to have a look at the odometer because for some reason it does not seem to be working. That seems to be just like this travel or.
Oh no.
So this is incrementing far too fast.
It's meters.
Yeah.
Might be tens of meters in fact.
Yes. Oh, I'm going a bit too high. Oh, don't crash the wall.
Modo readout 2.
Oceans?
I suppose I haven't got. I want an automated helper thing here. So I want to go over there. Take me over there.
Well, it's not Eve, so that ain't happening.
So I'm coming in sideways, all sorts of worlds of pain about to. There we go, stop spinning. Right. Down.
Find the odometer code, but I think it.
That makes sense. We can't have that.
Ah, crap.
Okay, so
I've lost control in the repair bay.
Right, so that's not the ship's odometer. That is your. That's how far you've travelled in that type of ship. Because that's a useful stat. That's one of the things that you care about. Like, not how far the ship's gone. That's just how far you've gone in that type of ship.
Right, so now I'm waiting for my stuff to come back online to be able to reorient myself. Hopefully somewhere near the repair bay.
Yeah. So.
This is horrible torture. Horrible torture, I tell you.
So.
Oh, there's the wall.
Hopefully, it's such painful torture
no.
that you would be encouraged not to end up in this situation. It's like when you're playing an
can't hear you.
MMO, you don't just like go, oh, my armor's knackered, I'll carry on. Oh, now my helmet's knackered, I'll carry on. Oh, now my shield's knackered. Like when one thing gets knackered, you go and fix it. You don't just end up with everything damaged. And
Unfortunately, it's now penalising me very heavily.
yes, but it's okay because bear in mind you're not having to pay for the repairs, so it's all good.
And I don't blow up.
You can't blow up currently.
Yeah. I want to slow down. I want to see where I need to rotate.
Aw.
That repair dot gamma is somewhere in here.
Torg sad noises.
The repair dock's right on the way in.
Yeah, I know. I've been spun around because I didn't allow my controls. So, because I'm such a neglectful owner.
It's not your ship. Remember this. This is not your ship. This is a colony-owned ship, and you're borrowing it.
Oh yes.
So this is how you begin to earn money in the game. You don't start off with a ship. You start off with a clunker that's not yours, and then hopefully the colony will start to
Looks like
build good ships that aren't yours. And then the third step is you get a clunker, and then the fourth step is you get a good ship.
this bit. I should be able to get into a repair dock, surely.
Yeah, should do.
Apart from killing my main thrusters the second I touch them.
If you're only using the thruster gently on the trigger, they shouldn't break.
Yeah, they are. I've been super gentle.
Also, bear in mind you've probably got no mechanical sympathy. So I have been testing it on a character that has.
I've been really gentle.
Yeah, it's because so the more time you fly a ship that's knackered, the better you get at flying knackered ships.
I'm being super ginger with it.
Yeah, but
really
that's because you've never been on this server before.
They don't want you to be ginger. They want you to be soda.
Oh, coming down.
Well, no, you're level 10. But yeah, I can see if I look at the stats, I can see that your taxi XP is increasing. I can sit there and I'll do it in a minute on this computer once we move across to the other server.
These what they call textures are screwed up as well. So there's like a lit texture. I got near enough to it and went, oh, I'm going to get dark. I'm like, why don't you just change colour?
That's a bug in Unity's LOD rendering for light wrapped objects that they haven't got around to fixing. That happens quite a lot. Unity just go, yeah, there you go, it's done. And people go, what about this use case?
There's a thing.
Fire.
They go,
Pop.
nah. But yeah, I can see your
Getting
XP going up. You now.
That's really what they said?
I'm sick to death of talking about how broken Unity is. They have put in a very, very complicated package manager system and then totally used it wrong. So I gave them the fix to the decal situation, and they have in 6 months failed to put it into the package. It's a one-line fix. It's there, and you don't need to update Unity. It's a package, and it's annoying me that they are so completely incompetent.
Could be they just don't like you.
On the repair dock, I'm not sure I am.
It has the word repairs written in letters about 100 meters long.
Yeah, I know. I'm in the right building. I don't know if I'm in the right area for repairs.
What I said was, it has
Repairs and 100 foot long.
I'll pop in the AstroTrucks channel.
An actual 100-foot long? That's
I think
impressive.
I'm going to go forward a little bit. Doesn't say.
No, if you're not in the box, it won't tell you get in the box. It doesn't know what the hell you want to do.
Yeah.
The box probably could do with going up a little bit further there.
I'm in like a U-shaped bit.
There is, yeah, but
Oh.
you probably just want to go down. Or possibly forwards. Discord, stop bitching at me that my file is. There we go.
Nope.
I get nitro.
I know when you will start doing it because your
I know.
status will
I
go
think it's
from
really dumb
flying
too.
to
It's like, but
repairs.
why?
Okay, so this isn't the right spot. It's like a U-shaped thing, but it's definitely not the repair bay.
Well, look at the Discord.
No, right. Who is?
Oh, he's making valid points about Discord being Discord.
Which channel's on?
AstroTrucks.
Of course. Where else would you put it? It's. Why's it got no unread marker? Unread marker. Okay, going down to the bottom.
I am 1/3 of the way downloaded with your update.
I'm in that from the reverse side, I believe.
Then you just probably need to get a bit closer. Or
I'm
lower.
just-
It's probably lower. This
Do it.
box.
It's evil.
Bear in mind, you're probably. I mean, I can't look at again. Once you've actually managed this, I'll switch across to I'm the server so I can watch you. You're probably like 50 feet too high. That's what it is. You're probably way too high. So you just go down to you bonk into the ground.
No. There's a bonkening that's going to be happening.
Bonkening. There we go. A bonkening. Handbrake is on. Like when your RCS thrusters are cocked.
The nerve of some people. What?
They are
I mean, the RCS calls fire when they're supposed to be broken.
trying to get you a picture of the collision box. It is
Who's
big.
causing fires?
It's not a subtle collision. I mean, I'm not trying to hide it from you.
Yeah.
It really is.
I might be in the wrong place. I came in from the front.
Doesn't
I
matter.
don't
I
know.
mean, the other side of it looks exactly the same, and it doesn't have the word repairs on it. It's still got two massive circles, and it's the only semicircle on the floor.
I'm going to back up and make sure I am in the right thing for repair.
Just share your screen then.
Handbrake.
Believe in you.
Okay,
Come
screen.
on, Max.
No, you just choose the application. There you go. That one. Yep, do it.
Don't make
That.
DJ send you to internet camp.
Right, so I'm here, which has the definitely in the right
You
place.
know he
for
would.
repair, I
Yeah,
think.
cool. Well, get in the right place then.
Okay.
I'm just gonna put another picture into Discord, just so we're clear that, like, not that I'm saying you're incompetent because I've done this myself, but you've got to basically have your cockpit inside that big green box. It's quite a big green box.
Mrrr.
very close, but
How
I'm just
big
not
is
allowed to get into it.
What? And to get into it, you're nowhere near it.
RCS calls are broken.
Okay, well that's going to be a
Oh, dear.
yeah. Just. You're in high text mode. I wonder why the frame rate's so bad. But yeah, see that loop. You just want to be in the middle of that big semicircle.
I did do the bonkening as per suggested by Mr. Tad.
Random peanut gallery.
Ah, fuck's sake. Again with the damage.
Good.
I know what I am. I know what I'm doing here. Not much.
Cool.
Do it!
Handbrake magically works even if the RSS is broken. I'm not that mean. You probably want to head downwards. That's my guess.
Do it. It's where the evil layer is.
Now
Oh,
maybe fly
God.
forwards a little bit. Now it's
Probably shouldn't be
possible
watching this
there
screen.
is a bug. There is a
No, I shut that down.
possibility because right now the server isn't sending all it should be. Oh, your main thrusters are out.
This is an early alpha game.
Not early alpha. We decided this game is in delta and we don't ship till omega. But if you look left though, Max, you should hopefully have got
What's
some
the
skills
delta?
in
Is that
getting
even
it
a
better.
real thing? No.
Yes, you've got 100.05% jury rigging and a little bit of mechanical sympathy. Or
I was about to say stuff with their like back. It's like, nope.
in the middle of the screen it will say in big letters,
No.
come to a halt. But I don't know why.
Yeah.
Oh, the hour timers thing, the colony just bought
Just
a
to
whole bunch of
annoy you.
second-hand ships to play.
So
Yeah.
I think I'm in the pad, but I'm not getting
you're
in.
not. No, you're not in the repair dock because it will tell you you're in the
Literally.
repair dock. But fly forward some more. I mean, the thing is, you're still quite a long way from the floor. So
Bang.
sense of scale is one of those that becomes a real pain. But yeah, if you're as low as you can be, just gently fly forwards, and it will just say in a moment, come to. Yeah, just fly forwards, nice and slow.
It's your thing, though. All the glow.
With the handbrake on.
Oh, okay.
Well, now you're adding all of these extra steps.
But yeah, I need to make this dock. The problem is, docks where you have to have the dock below you is much harder than docks where you have to have the dock above you. Now just keep flying. You don't need to stop. It will tell you when you're in the dock. It's
I
quite.
have no choice.
It's quite. Oh, I see. Should we just come onto my server then, and let's sack off trying to play on the.
Oh, no.
I can't specifically see where you are.
Yeah. Switch Mr. Finish being annoying.
Just fly forwards one more time.
I mean, ever so ginger on it. There we go. No, can't cope with it. Overcoming handbrake.
Okay.
I'll take the handbrake off.
I've shut the server down, and I will run this computer. Oh, but not. I want to know why, for some reason, and I don't know why, the server was not sending any. That's why I couldn't see your ship because they're all contained in the. Nothing I've changed, nothing I've done should affect that. The server should just send out fleet packets. Unless for some reason, again, I need to track down why,
I already told you.
your ship didn't generate a ship, but none of the AI ships were generating either. Like, and I'd also like to point out, I've been playing it all day on the server,
Specifically
and
to
it's
annoy
been
you. I
absolutely
already
fine.
told you.
You're playing it directly on the server, though. Yeah.
No, I've been playing it with the server over there. I always join to that server, but at the moment, of course, I actually try and test it in anger. It doesn't work. Okay, so the server is up. Oh, actually, hold on. Let me just
Like a printer.
let me click here because that will lock Unity up for about 10 seconds. Okay, it should be safe to join now.
Okay. Should my screen streaming? Turn it on.
No, because hopefully, and if not, then I'm going to have to do some real debugging. I should be able to see you.
Okay, so I'm starting the client.
So on
Should
this
all be
server,
screen.
you are at level 6 at being a taxi, and you've also cheated a few times, hence you got some minor levels. Um, so
Searching for server.
we do have a
Cheated.
very
I did quit and rejoin.
Our good Christian
I
space
always
sim
assume
game.
you need to quit and rejoin, and if not,
Okay.
that's a nice bonus, but don't rely on that. But yeah, so there's a very knackered ship and a somewhat knackered ship. So if you take the somewhat knackered ship and repair it, that should give you a whole bunch of skill points in flying ships that are knackered, which is a stat. So there are 2 stats, one of which stops a system breaking, and one of which affects how quickly a system fixes itself.
Okay, so I've got to go to the select which ship you want.
Oh, you in the game? Right, so
Yep.
you are. Not in a vehicle. Cool.
Yep.
Before you do that, if you select the trucker database rather than the spaceships available,
Okay.
and select yourself,
Yeah.
you can.
This is offline.
That's. Wait, that's.
Oh, sorry, that's Andy. Sorry,
Oh, right, yeah.
that's correct.
Yes.
Not in the vehicle.
Select yourself, and then you can look at your stats on the left, and you can look at your stats up top as well.
Ooh, next level in 1 XP. I've got 0 XP.
You have 0 levels in cargo and police. You need 1 XP for your first level.
No.
So there is currently a network hole, so you cannot earn levels in jury rigging, but you can learn it in mechanical sympathy.
Incom cargo for sale. Oh, what's incom? Right, for sale.
But you can't possibly afford any of this.
Yes, you cannot fly this one level 75. You're 0.
Yeah, but if you
You are
get,
scum.
if you get into the R1 Hackney, this was only 28% knackered, and hopefully,
The R1 Hackney. Yes.
hopefully
Condition 20%. Okay. So I've selected it, and then backspace to join it. Okay, I'm in. So 1, 2, 3, 4.
more importantly, if let me get in the other taxi, because you get given 2 taxis. Oh, yeah, I can see you. Can you see me?
If you're behind me, above me, I don't know. I'm looking over the mouse. I can't see you.
Sorry, I just broke the ship.
Whoops.
And you just stay still, I'll phone in front of you.
This is why we can't have nice things.
Left.
Not seeing you. That wall decal is a bit annoying though. Taxi! No, you're not a taxi. Oh, you're a taxi. No, it's not a taxi. Taxi! No, taxi.
I mean, again, this is Unity's decal system. This isn't something I've done. They have failed to fix this. It has been months. Right. So if you turn on the horrendous display,
Uh.
for level 1.
Oh, right.
As
Yeah.
opposed to the regular, non-horrendous display.
The F7 one. Yeah.
Under the
TGR is nothing. 0%.
don't
Dollar
read
something.
it all out. Under the yellow section, client, you hopefully should see packet number 16 e-vehicle update. It is between packet number 15 and 19. Have you got a packet 16?
Yes. E-vehicle update is going up. 830, 140, 150, 160. Yeah, it's going up.
But you can't see me.
I don't think I can unless I'm going stupid.
I mean, I'm literally just in front of you. I am.
I see nothing.
I'm assuming that's you. Can you just do a little wiggle for me? Yeah, I can see. Yeah, I'm literally just in front of you. I can see you fine, but you can't. You are receiving.
My ship appears to be stopped, but at a slight angle. Fun otherwise.
Slamming around. Anyway,
Not happening on my
you
end.
should be able to go and fix the ship though.
Okay.
This was
I
only
shall have a guess.
this was only partially knackered, and quite importantly, earning some stats.
Can I get penalised for speeding in the dock?
Oh, would that be fun?
Well, like in racing games, you get
Yeah.
penalised for speeding in the pit lane.
Yeah, I mean,
something like that.
I can bear in mind, I can add that. I can add anything I like. It's whether or not.
Well, you can make it as an option for people who wanted to be.
The thing is, if I start implementing too many things that are, here's an option, there's an option, that means that I'm implementing stuff that only a small proportion of players see.
Oh, it might be something that some mod might want to put in later anyway.
Yeah,
but not necessarily as a
not
major
that,
feature people are asking for.
But imagine, instead of writing a game with 100 things in it, I'm writing a game with 10 things in it, but you're only seeing one of those 10 things because you didn't like the other 9. So I'm going to end up then spending a lot of my time
on nothing.
On something
useful.
that you didn't see. Oh, those new AstroTrucks really are.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Whole $10.
Oh. Like whole dollars.
That's an interesting route you're taking, just up and over.
Yeah, I can see it.
True.
So I thought, ooh, I know where it is, so I'll go straight
It's
over.
got places to be.
I've got a knackered sheep I want repairing. I want to get my tea.
I don't know whether or not I actually want to try and limit players into the air. Like maybe there's a lot of debris above and below. Have you seen any other AI ships, by the way? Like in front of you, quite a long way
Yes.
off. You can see other ships.
Yes, in front of the going along the same trajectory as the repair dock, there is a little
green
thingy. Yes, and there's no further away from that, and there's a big red one right in front, right next to the repair dock. I think.
I couldn't
It's a scrap.
see.
Did he want to see you?
Problem I've got is, as I said
did,
before,
yes.
when you're doing networking, you need 3 computers. You need a situation where player A can see player B, and if they can both see C and C can both see them, then it'll work with 1,000 players. I've got the issue that I can see Max can't see me. If Tad was here, he might be able to see both, he might be able to see neither, or he might be able to see one. And once
I'm
you've
halfway
got
downloaded.
those three circumstances done, good, you can ship the game.
Unknown has joined. Hey, Unknown. Player Unknown has been given a free taxi. Not loaded is now lying. Not loaded taxi. Server queued up full. Send for new client. Server queued up full. Send for new client. Server queued up full. Send for new client.
They shouldn't be given any free taxis. I need to get rid of that. Because that's not how it works anymore.
Even if we really, really want it to be.
Service vehicle is not quite dealt with in the same way.
It's got the Google going.
To internet, someone's joined, but their name hasn't arrived yet.
Oh.
Might be the first time they arrive.
To annoy you.
We should also have seen a message saying, yeah, a blank has advanced to level 2. Well, at least those messages work, so that's good. Then happens twice. It's actually interesting that their name hasn't arrived. Should have arrived. Okay.
Oh.
Client.
Let's see.
Or that just hasn't filtered through. Because if I were to rerun the server, it's quite likely the name would be there. What happens is I cannot always query someone's name by the Steam interface. The simplest one is they got to be your friend or in the same lobby as you, but they should be in the same lobby. Sure, why? I have a sneaky suspicion the other server was having serious issues of some description. Therefore, when Max... Oh, there's an update. Oh, that would have had the time bug in it. Yeah. I didn't hit update enough times.
Time
Max,
bug.
too long.
Oh dear.
Let me get a picture there, just for you, of quite how pathetic and tiny your ship is compared to the dock. That you know how it feels like you're not going to quite fit in the dock. Have a look at that picture, Max. I've just popped up of how small your ship is. You could fit 10 ships left to right in that dock. Don't, but you could do. And you want to go downwards by about 20 ship heights.
Wow.
But it's weird. When you're in VR, it's much easier. In 2D, I need to keep piling on the detail to give you enough indicators of how far away. It doesn't help that the bottom of this, the ring, I haven't worked on this yet. So those screws there, I don't know.
I'm not saying please come to a halt.
It is saying now, please come to a halt.
Yes.
Have you got the Aeroflight on, by the way? Because you're at a fancy angle.
I've got 1, 2, 3, and 4, and H.
But not F5 and F6.
No.
Press. So you can control these on the pad, by the way, which is X, Y, and B. So X is the main breaker and the lights. Y is the additional lights, and B is the F5 and F6. Oh, thank you for the follow, Boba Grey. I can't believe people are here watching us just failing to write.
That sounded wild.
So let's see what that's done to ships. I should hopefully be able to look at the ship in real time. I don't mean to criticize your anything about you, in fact, Matt, and I deeply respect you, but I did send you out the ship with 28% damage. Now you're flying a ship with 23% damage. So you've broken it rather than improving it.
It's not getting any repairs in the repair dock?
Is it? You tell me.
Nothing's been. I turned the ship on and off while in the dock, so I think it's cocked it.
If you're in the dock, it will repair. It's really obvious. Are you in the dock?
Yes.
Does it say you're in the dock? Does it say repair?
No.
Then if it doesn't say you're not in the dock, it's really, really
okay,
obvious.
I'm gonna leave the dock and come back in.
No. All you need to do is just fly forwards a bit, probably.
Okay.
From where you were.
And don't forget.
There we go. Now it says please come to a halt. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Right. So main computer get repaired.
Oh yes, I can see them getting repaired. 30%. Oh, that's so cool.
Yep. Engine calls.
And the vehicle's value is going up. It's now worth $2,900. It's now worth $3,100. So as the ship gets repaired, it gets worth more and more and more. That's cool.
That's cool. And the blue bit down the corner is...
Blue bit down the corner.
In the bottom right, you've got hull integrity, RCS coils, etc.
Yeah.
You have red, you have green, you have blue.
So the damage is the bar from the left, and that goes from 0 to full. The bar on the right is how knackered the system is. So think of it as
irreparable damage.
Yeah, irreparable damage, exactly. But you can fix that via maintenance. Now, I haven't implemented maintenance yet, but maintenance is very expensive. So every time you damage your ship a bit, the maintenance of that ship decreases. The irreparable damage increases. So eventually, you won't be able to repair the ship anymore, and it will cost you a fortune to repair it. So you've got this thing.
That's a contradiction.
Well, no, it costs you a fortune to repair the irreparable.
Replace.
Yeah. So then you're thinking about replacing the system. Yes, exactly. So should
Yeah.
I drive my spaceship around on its knackered clutch, or should I entirely replace that system, or should we get a new ship in? I really like that feature, and as far as I know, that's original.
Unique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
So the orange is the permanency damage that's sort of
the
been
right is the
patched up.
permanent. The right is the permanent, and the left.
Yeah.
The colour is irrelevant. The colour is how damaged it is.
Yeah. Okay. So
one
now
hand.
repaired.
Is there any chance, by the way, that you have got your Steam set to a privacy level? That means I can't see your name. And if not, could you please leave and rejoin? Because there is a bug. You're still listed as blank.
That's not good. Because I was so perfectly aligned
Too much
Yo.
anime.
that the
No life rest.
the direction arrows were sort of going left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left,
You're
right.
probably all going to get kicked. I clicked on the wrong thing. Unity locks up for about 11 seconds at this point because it's written by morons. Did you get kicked? You're still there. You're still there.
I'm still there at the moment, but I don't know how much longer that'll last.
No, you're still there. It'll be almost instant if you get kicked.
Okay.
Oh, no. Come on, Unity. Let this man write his game.
You're a little. Oh, you're actually underneath the repair dock, not in it. Is it not clear enough? It's repairing, by the way. Can you not see all of the UI changes? A big thing on the middle of the screen. Read out in the bottom left. Read out in the bottom middle. How can I make it more obvious that you are or are not being repaired?
Yeah. In my mind, you want something in world to some sort of arm to come down and touch the ship or something. I don't know, or some sort of bubbled. I don't know, some sort of very, very.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, call me stupid, but I would have something like in.
But imagine what you just said. Imagine a robot arm coming down. Imagine you're flying through. You want me to have a robot arm that clamps onto the front of your ship, but also gets out the way if you're coming in upside down or something. That's quite
Yes.
tricky. Well, okay, but
Yeah.
quite tricky.
Or just as a connect. I don't know. I mean, there's loads of ways of solving that. Loads of ideas we could smash together to say how do we tell people that you're getting repaired. Ultimately,
But when
I
you're
don't
in
know.
when you're in a dock,
that little
there-
thing in the corner is what I looked at, and that told me everything I needed. The right, but also that the screen on the left told me as well, so that was fine.
I mean, there are.
So I saw it happen.
I think, but are you fully repaired or have you stopped repairing?
I'm fully repaired as far as I'm aware.
Oh.
Well, fully repaired as in not like brand
Of
new.
course you can't be. So you're about half repaired, I guess.
Yes.
Okay, I think there is a small bug because your maintenance is 55%, but your damage is 47%, and they should line up. But pretty much, you can't be repaired anymore because your ship's a bit fuckety. Right, do you want to try flying the limo then? Because assuming that you can.
Or
fly-
dump the ship here, or do I want to take it back somewhere?
Hold on, your level. Well, right now you can just dump it anywhere and it teleports. But in theory, you should have to actually fly it.
Go back to the. Yeah. Okay.
No, it's a different dock. It's a place a bit more central.
So, how do I get out to the special screen?
Backspace.
What's that one? Okay, cool.
It's not a shortcut key. So can you fly the Space Limo R1?
Space Limo R1. That sounds like a negative sound.
Well, yeah, but
You
it'll
can't
say.
fly to your level 10. Level 10. You're level 5. So I'm 5 levels short.
Wait, you're level 5.
Yes. In limos.
And
All the cool kids
So
are
Oh
if
level
you
no,
have-
level 5 full stop.
you wait.
Oh, the top. Looking at the screens I've got around me,
Yeah.
the one to the left of Trucker Database is my info because I've selected myself in that list, haven't I?
Yep.
And it says I'm level 5, current level,
Wait,
current XP.
it says you're level 5.
Yes.
That's wrong. You're level
Flight
7.
time 17 minutes.
You're level 7. Your flight
Yeah.
time is 1 hour 43.
Not what this is saying.
You have done 5 total flights. Your current XP is 6,201. You are now. If you look above at the top, you should see your taxi level. So, what's your taxi level?
Level 5.
And how many XP is your XP going? Tick, tick.
Yes. 998, 997, 906, 995.
What the
Oh.
hell is that out of sync? Wow. Okay. So And on the left-hand side, does it say twice your current taxi skill is 5?
The left-hand panel beside Trucker Database.
Underneath your the left-hand, the panel to the left of Trucker Database.
Level 5, current XP 1000, next level in LAR, cash, total flights, flight time, favourite ship, flying, current taxi level 5. Yes, it does.
And it's wrong on both counts.
Yes.
Okay, so what's happened here is I try wherever possible to minimise the amount of data sent everywhere. So I don't send data unless I need to. The client, the attempts to guess what the server would do, so I don't have to send it all the time, but it never resyncs it. So what I would do if I were you is I would get out of the get back in the spaceship, just deliver something, just pick up some cargo, deliver some cargo, do that, and that should, if not, that's good. Again, it's these sort of bugs that are quite major, but also quite.
It's also incrementing the fact that the ship is travelling while I'm not actually looking at it.
No, you're still technically in the ship, because remember, you cheated. You're in the ATC via a cheat rather than the correct way of doing it. So you hit backspace. Yeah. That's a cheat key. So you press backspace again to get back in the taxi.
Right, but the travel is still counting up on there.
Travel. What?
He's cheating.
Wait, the travel distance. What?
I believed in you, Max.
So I've actually got the parking brake on. And it just went up to 161.
The number just in front of
162. The odometer, yeah. Yeah, that's still going up. And when you go to the ATC screen, it's saying that distance travelled is incrementing quite happily. How many meters? 100 meters a second?
Huh.
I don't know.
No, okay. I'm going to make a note of that one.
I'm not sure that's important, but the odometer is definitely incrementing while I've got the handbrake on and I'm static, which isn't right. I'm going to go through the repair dock.
Probably the longest way to pick up some passengers.
Oh, okay. Should we do a 180?
I have souped up the handling of the taxi a fair old bit now, so it's now a lot more nippy, a lot better at turning. So you don't need to worry about the RCS, but. You see the purple line in front of you?
Yes, that's brilliant. I like that.
Yeah, it's very powerful. So the slip is very, very powerful. But thank you for popping by. DJ Maurice's as well. Hello. That's a lot of emoticons. I don't know what to say to all of them. But yeah, as I said, bear in mind, I've been playing it loads with none of these issues. It's only when we actually try testing it. This is why I get annoyed when people are like, oh, I'll try and break the game. I'm like, I don't need you to try and break it. I just need you to try and play it. If it doesn't break when you try and play it, we can ship that. If it breaks when you try and break it. So on your left, Max, you should see an enormous green asteroid, absolutely huge. And on top of that, so again, I've started to work up the visuals. I actually think that looks pretty. That base is now clamped onto the. The asteroid, so you should be able to go in there and pick up some passengers. One hand, could you please leave the game and close the client and rejoin, because I'd like to see if I get to see your name when you... And if not, I need to specifically implement you telling me what my name, what very long. I can see little things fixing, and I can't fix them because I can't make a change while we're running.
At all?
I can make changes, but they immediately revert when I stop running. It's just teeny tiny realism about to smash into the asteroid.
Oh no!
Shot, but
Don't do it, Max.
Taking more captures for the
do
next trailer. I hope you all saw the trailer I put together.
Ooh.
State of play video.
Remind me, a taxi docks one way only.
You got
No,
hung
they
up
are,
on
because I'm not me.
nomenclature.
Got hung up on nomenclature?
On you did. I've never heard someone feel like they're so proud of themselves saying detritus.
Yes.
Detritus.
Yeah, that's fine, but at the same time though, it's like you could just call it slag and move on faster.
Slag has negative connotations as an offensive term in the UK. So I wouldn't be calling it slag. You fucking slag.
Fair enough. Not a thing in America, but we deal with a lot more steel. Which is weird, because you all figured out how to make it.
We have slag. Slag is still a thing, but it's also quite a mean word. But in the same way that, as I said, fag has no particular meaning over here, apart from what are you from the 50s, whereas in the US, very different. Okay, one hand, that's a bug. If you're in the same lobby as me, I am supposed to get your details. I'm not. Hey, carry on.
Trying to get them digits.
This game seriously does have some cool looking things. Where have you got to take people to, Max?
2 workers for repair dock, Gamma.
Oh, cool. Well, could you fly back through the dock just so I can film it?
Righto.
Back through
Upside down or?
You know.
Tell him no, just to see what he says.
Make it look as cool as you can, but you know, in a cool way rather than a terrible way, because I can use this shot in next week's State of Play. But yeah, go through it in the other direction.
The correct way.
Next week, you're spoiling us.
Down there.
I might be able to manage 1 or 2. It genuinely took 2 days to film that trailer.
Yeah, I had a feeling. No, I know you're not. Which is why I thought it was extra weird when you actually answered me on Twitter when I was being a jerk.
That's why I'm here to answer. Oh, here comes another taxi. Way.
You were like, I put in all this work to make this video, and I was just like, that means all that stuff is in the game now. I mean, you can give us more of these. Yay!
That stuff is all in the game.
And then you promptly said no.
In theory, the next would be easy, but I still got to work out what to record. That's so cool. We got 2 taxis. I can put 2 taxis in my trailer. Don't like the sparkles though. Anyway, Matt, you don't have to pause. Just want you to fly through. I think
Very
one
cool.
hand will do the same thing. And he has 15 seconds left before I run out of recording time.
Did you find a new video making software?
No. Record.
Rather than Gonzo or Gazano or
Gyatso, no. Gyatso is very good, it just doesn't support 60 hertz. So,
doesn't do 30 hertz.
It does 30. So Max,
just weird.
Oh,
I get.
No, I understand exactly why, but that's not the point. I subscribe to Gyat, so they don't get to come back with but. So Max, you earn 1 XP per second you're in the taxi, but you also earn 1 XP per kilogram you deliver or pick up. So the best way to earn XP is not just to fly around; it is to do
wanky.
Do it quickly.
And do it quickly, yeah. Although to be fair, you don't get bonus XP for doing it quickly, just
chop now.
Bonus money. So right now as well, you get 10% of the cash, and the colony gets 90%. The idea is that although you might be doing important things, the colony always benefits from people. So if someone wants to log on and do their own thing, the colony will progress, trying to not discourage randoms.
Purple. What's
There
that?
is. There's a purple, just an AI ship.
Oh, right.
It's just heading through the dock. There's quite a lot of AI ships, but I need to make more. It's not busy enough. Be out, Aura. No one cares. No one's impressed.
I do like the effect the shield
Yes.
But I'm easily impressed.
thing. Yeah, it's very cool.
filming.
So obviously, I'm not going to repairs. I'm going to go
think I
to
heard
staff entrance or delivery or something. Or...
Yeah, it's on the left.
Oh, I see.
I'm just filming you and it flying through.
Someone in the dock or not?
No, I don't.
And it says.
Even if there are, it doesn't matter. Just push them that way. No, shut up, Dora.
Oh, very nice.
That looks cool. Yay, Dora!
Dock camera.
But yeah, if I
He's no
capture these,
Cephei or Ajax, but it's still got
it's
personality.
so tiny.
Yeah. Whoops. Back in the repairs in a minute.
Bear in mind, you don't pay for fuel and you don't pay for repairs because it's not your ship. The colony pays for it. Oh, I haven't put the. There's a fancy docking effect.
Ooh, fancy stuff.
Andy asked for it, so I was like, ugh. Now,
What you're saying is Andy's actively trying to help make the game better.
let's see what
What a
Max's
guy.
level is. So Max, you're now level 7. Did you seem to be level 10 in taxis?
Yes.
That's quite a lot. So bear in mind, I right now you've spent 2 hours in taxis, and you're probably quite close to leveling. I don't know if that's the right amount though. I don't know whether or not you should only spend an hour in a taxi, or should you spend 10 hours in a taxi. Balancing these things is very difficult, and usually involves a lot of starting again from scratch when playing the game, and pretending that you're a new player. So if you think about Diablo, obviously you want to start.
Yeah, decent amount of game length.
Yeah. You want to start off with everything, but obviously you can't.
But the trouble is doing that is you have the knowledge of everything.
Yeah, I'm saying that the progression has to be fun in some way.
Yes.
So one hand, what does it say? You're stopping. So you're not. So you're in status stopping. So either you're going too fast, or you haven't put your handbrake on. And I can deduce that. I can look it up, but it's one of those. So probably handbrake, and it will say in your screen, "Please apply the handbrake," or it will say, "Please come to port." The game at all points, if you're doing something,
What a needy bastard.
it will shout at you, going, "No, you were in the right place. You're in status stopping."
Oi.
But in the middle of your screen, what does it say? In the center dash, it will say, "Please come to a halt. Please apply the handbrake. You don't have any cargo." It will tell you why it's not doing anything, and it will say, "Please move along," or something. See, I'm guessing you are driving around in Not Loaded's taxi.
Needy.
Not Loaded's taxi has. Oh, this ship is parked in dock. Okay, that's not right.
It's parked illegally.
Oh, I can't see what ship. Oh, Flying Not Loaded's taxi. Broken the.
Like, actually interesting? Or something's terrible? Yeah, something's
I
terrible.
can't
Oh,
navigate
no.
through the list of ships anymore. I don't know. Oh, no. Okay, we've got an NRA. I'm afraid the server has just. Oh, actually, the server might be alright.
I'm still flying.
Is that the scientific term for that?
Sorry. Yeah, error. Found spaceship with no assigned driver. Is that a problem?
Apparently it is for the game. Or Unity, at least. It's all Unity's fault.
Get my taxi dock, bitch.
Spaceship found one, no, and then it should have assigned
Taxi dirty for me.
driver. Okay. Some issues that I'm just going to ignore. Scream switching out range. Got an issue in the ATC. I think I scored off the end of the list or something.
I'm rushing to a ship that doesn't exist. No impacts detected, but there's something for me to hit.
No, that really. Think of that as a driver aid rather than.
Hazard at 5 meters, hazard at 12 meters, hazard at 16 meters. It's not a taxi. Weird.
Yeah, it's not. That's one hand playing.
Oh, right. The ship's called Hazard. The warning is no impacts detected.
Yeah, but that's just. Don't rely on that.
Okay. Sorry, one hand. Being a dick.
Okay.
My computer's completely fucked now, apparently, but the ship still works, so.
So,
What?
yeah, one hand, you've definitely caused some sort of issue. So, hold on, if L. I selected your ship to try and see what.
Promptly exploded.
The confusing thing is, ship 160, which was your free ship, it was given no driver ID, which is, and then I detect that it's not been driver ID to its owner ID 0.
Then he has drop
Where
head.
does the rest of these quickwire go?
Which is the warp gate alpha?
Warp gate alpha is the big.
The warp gate at Alpha.
It's the only warp gate you can actually get access to.
Right, another one. Yeah. It's got the two things sort of hitting each other. It makes a big column going from left to right and then a big column going from right to left. In green.
Rings and a big. I think you're flying in the right direction there.
This one looks like Count Dooku's sword.
No, that's not a real warp gate. Don't bother flying out there. Notice
Okay.
that thing's like kilometers out.
Right.
It's right near the tax that the.
Quick.
So it's right near where the. So it's not the one I'm pointing at now, but behind repairs.
It's a cyany green color. It's 3 orange asteroid. That one that looks like doesn't look like. He meant fucking. Count Dooku had the curved sword. You said. I'm a special nerd. Are you in Corbin's taxi?
R1 Hackney.
Flying towards it now.
Excellent.
I do notice there's a whole bunch of ships queued up, having finished their warp. I want more AI ships flying around. They don't do anything, but they do make the game.
Which side of the ring is the dock? Okay.
After you drop that off, I will probably need to restart the server. I think when I restart the server, all of one hand stuff will unfix. So he has he has broken and confused things with his free taxi. Might actually delete him entirely from the database, but we'll see. But yeah, hopefully as well, one of the things that is beginning to happen is more fun stats and bars and things building up. So I can see now that your mechanical sympathy is 4,600. So if you look at the bottom left, you should see what your bonuses are for loading and unloading and fueling and mechanical sympathy and stuff. And I can see that you now need 1,500 XP to hit level 8 of being attacked. It's the second dock you want, by the way.
Wow.
Also, Lunar Limos on it, so it's fairly obvious that's the dock for Lunar Limos.
Yes, but Lunar Limos is a drop-off dock, not a pickup. Probably going to be moved somewhere else. I was hoping to get somebody.
And yeah, there's terrible commoners using the taxis.
Well, the thing is, I'm pretty much removing the concept of passengers entirely. They're all workers. So something I haven't touched on. These workers you're delivering, by the way, the fact that you get paid money is the least important thing. So when you deliver workers, actually, we should do that. It's easier with a limo, but you need to pick up some workers for the Voron ring. That's quite tricky to like. You don't get to choose where they're. Oh, in fact, yeah. Lunar Limos looks like the first thing in the inventory is 2 workers for the Voron ring. So. Yeah, so if you look to your left, Max, what's your is it you've got the interesting stats?
It's not giving me a cargo move to delivery bonus.
You took
maybe. Offloading efficiency is 100%. 100%. The only one I've got any value greater than 100% is the mechanical sympathy, which is now 103.1.
Oh, so you've dropped off 2 workers at the warp gate, which can now do work.
Yep.
So yeah, if you just do a UE and go through the Lunar Limos.
Well,
that's it. Elegant.
Yeah. I'm going to avoid this, aren't I? Let's not do that.
You can fly through.
Avoid that.
Doesn't matter.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Never mind. Decision made.
I was playing a chorus last night, which is a very pretty looking. I was just like, the game has more detail than this game has in a lot of its places. So, bear in mind, the detail is clustered around where you go. If you just fly onto random bits of the level, it's low quality, but I am overall pretty damn good. Especially with the new asteroids, which do
Looks super.
Super duper.
And I would like to have more volumetrics, but I can't do that. Much as I would like to. With fog or sunbeams or anything like that. But yeah, so the stats are building up. You are earning lots of stats, but I need to keep showing them to you.
I'm loading.
Leveled up in. Oh, I definitely want to get better at that. Did that start loading? Oh, yeah. So hopefully you're going to pick up a couple of rings for. Oh, you have. Have you got 2 for the Voron ring?
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool. So this is a new dock, and I've never tested this except by cheating. So let's.
The nerve.
So you know the Voron ring is, I assume.
There's a big mining one, isn't it, on the left here somewhere?
Incidentally, if you paid any attention to how much fuel you've got, even slightly.
No.
Got.
Green. Oh no, orange. Orange. So I've got half.
It says on your UI at all points.
That's how we're doing things.
Bottom one, I think.
'Is the
44.4.
UI someone was complaining about?
Yeah, Rob likes to have less information on the screen, and I'm like, that's fine. Until you go, I really need to know my engine temperature, and you didn't press. And then you need to go up the far side of the Voron ring. Oh no, you don't. No, you don't. Okay, so hopefully, if this works, bear in mind we don't have anyone who's qualified to fly the. You should be able to drop off some workers, and then.
But people need their forklift operator's license in space? Oh my god.
Pretty much, yeah.
Safety first.
Make that an achievement.
You've got to
my
use your
God.
handbrake. You've got to use your handbrake.
Make that
Oh
an
dear, delivery
achievement.
bonus 10. My delivery bonus is falling through the floor.
Yeah, I mean,
Right, overnight.
bear in mind that is a bonus rather than something that's necessary.
Yes, and I'm not driving like a lunatic because I don't want to flatten the thing. So I've got bugger all hull, bugger all main computer.
There's no effects of main computer. I don't know what to do with them. Mainly, what I might just do is so the main hull always gets repaired first. So if you've got a delicate system that's knackered, you have to pay money for your hull.
No.
Filming you flying in here, Max. So I don't know if you remember, but it's the dot.
Inside, one with the cool, yeah.
Big long runway, one with the cool door, yeah.
Yeah. Like the arm with the asteroid on it.
Yes. Is everyone's like, oh, why is it moving around? Is it a bug? I'm like, yes, it's accidentally waving an asteroid around. Right, and I'm like, yeah, but ask a silly question.
That's not that one you want me to go to, is it?
There's a big runway.
Big runway.
The where you're heading towards is where you pick workers up from.
Oh, right. Okay.
Don't mess it up because I'm recording. I mean, you've come in at completely the wrong angle.
The mining bonus, which I've not got. That is very cool.
That's fairly minor. Let's see, can I up-res that?
There's something weird going on with this unloading. It's going up. Oh, no, I did manage it. No, I did manage it. It was a bit fucky, but it worked. So.
Okay,
That
cool.
better?
And round the back, and you're not going to get round the, but you can see it on the stream. Round the back is mining ring is now mining because you've given it workers to work with.
Cool.
In a few more seconds, and it's currently quite a quick one. Yeah, there you go. So it's just generated an asteroid. Spits out the asteroid out the refinery thing. And if you were allowed to, which I don't think you are, go and pick up a.
Oh wow, that flipping thing with the Unity decals is really shit.
I know what the issue is.
So I'm like far enough away from the doors, and it goes, "Oh, you're in space. Have a black thing with little white dots following you," and you go close enough to the door, and then suddenly the door's red, and very clearly don't go through until the door's opened.
Yeah, if you wiggle left and right, you can see them appear and disappear.
Yeah. So I'm approaching the door again. This time, that's beautiful. That's so nice. Slow,
Right.
5 miles an hour. Yeah, it's cool. Lit properly everything, and the red lights go off, means you can go out. That's cool.
let's see how close you are to being able to use the limo. But there is on the way back, you can go into the dock here, and sometimes you're lucky and they just want to go from here to the Voron mining ring. It looks like they want to go to repair dock Gamma. So yeah, then you should get access, see, to the limo next time. But I mean, I don't know how much flying you should do before you get given access to the limo. Should it just be 10 minutes in the taxi, or is the taxi going to be like something you're there for quite a chunk of time?
Yeah.
These things it's very difficult to decide, because obviously what you want to get the best ship as quickly as you can and do all the things. But obviously, if you get the game and you immediately are in the best ship straight away, then...
Well, how would you know it's the best ship?
Well, my point is, you will see a cooler ship and you're like, I want to be in that ship. How do I manage that? Oh, you have to grind your way through 100 hours of other ships. So I'm going to restart the server now. So if you could just close your client, because I want to see if restarting the server
I'm out.
Fixes one hand's issue. So do close the client. Don't just quit that menu, because it works, but it doesn't work.
I did all F4.
That is. Let's see now, if I restart the game, when one hand has turned permanently. In which case that's fine, because then one hand will say, "Hello server, it's me." One hand. And so we'll go, right, that's what I'm calling you from now on. Oh no, he is called one hand. Okay, so it's a first join issue. His spaceship though. So the owner of one hand is that, but obviously I named the spaceship for I know it's called, so it's called Not Loaded. So that's pretty cool. The Not Loaded taxi, owned by one hand, class taxi, new. It's parked in dock, it's not carrying anything. One hand for permission to fly this. I like that. You should be able to rejoin now just fine.
Oh, right. I'm watching the stream.
And what I want to see is, when you rejoin, I want to see whether or not you think that you are level 7 with 330 XP to go until you level. I know what the issue is. That the easiest way is just to resync when you come back into the ATC.
11:97. I come into the ATC. I've got to choose that screen. Choose me.
There he is.
And then go. What's it? I was going for R1 Hackney, wasn't I? 40%
Yeah,
health.
what's your taxi level specifically, and how much?
Current taxi skill level is 0. Level 0. Current XP 0. Cash 72. Mechanical sympathy 0. What? It's all 0.
But except your cash.
Except my cash. Yeah, according to the ATC.
You press backspace twice and have another look.
Yep. And it still says 0.
What if he doesn't want to?
I assume I'm looking at my character.
Alright, Steam, what is this crap?
72 cash is the one.
I went from having nothing I needed to download to a reboot needing 15 things to update. Excuse me? Steam, what
Did
is
you
this?
get into a ship or not? Not
I have. Yes, I did select the R1 Hackney. I haven't got into it. Haven't pressed delete to come out of ATC. Oh, we have, haven't I?
It says pondering a ship. I don't think you have. Can you
No,
just
not right now. No,
you just
I went
press-
in and out.
Can you press enter on the R1 Hackney for me?
Current ship.
Right, now you're in the Hackney. So and now has your XP and stuff arrived?
No. Current level 1 XP 10, 11, 12.
But
Next level in.
That's 72 cash.
Yes.
What? Why has that stat made it through?
I don't know.
Can you get into Corbyn's taxi? A second.
Okay. I've got 2 current ships.
And steal it?
Have you got 2 current ships?
Because 8 is flashing. Current ship. 9 is solid.
It will probably take a moment.
If I press delete twice, no, it's got on both. That's not right.
Delete. No. what I understand what's happening. It's okay. The server's fine. The server. Bear in mind, I could just send you all the
Oh, bloody hell.
information, but I don't want to do that because if I send you all the information, it's it could be hundreds of megabytes a minute. So I have to be very careful with what I send you and why. But it appears that
Nope. Just got in, turned the breakers on, put F5, F6 on.
okay. So yeah, right. Can you go back to the
Hello.
lots and lots and lots?
Yeah, okay, back in ATC.
Hey, what's your taxi level?
2, twice. I did all F4 out of the game.
No, that doesn't matter. So,
Okay.
yeah. Way I. Every 100 server ticks, you should receive.
Oh. So there's a setting that pushes my voice through the router better. Interesting.
Here's, I'm not sending an awful lot. Fun bit is, get away without most of it. I send the very important stuff. I send to you every tick. I send to you what state you're in if you're loading or flying. I send to you how much you've loaded if you are, and I send to you
Like Nebraska?
how much your delivery bonus. I don't send anything else. That's it. That's the minimum. Then every so often I send you a full update, 100 ticks, or so it becomes dirty, and then I send you what ship you're in. Yeah, so I do write the levels. Don't send you. Hey, I just. Yeah, I've just basically forgot to send a whole bunch of stuff, and we've gotten away with it. Quite amusing. Yeah, that explains quite a bunch of things. So, I mean, it doesn't matter because no, it does matter because the client does idiot level checks. But if you keep an eye on the text, by the way, in the top right, 16 more seconds, hopefully.
In my ship.
Yeah, in the big
Alpha.
I'm just trying to make as many
5,
ships
4.
think they're my current ship as I can.
Now level 8 in taxis, damn it, not level 8 in being. 1,800 seconds if you get the big message, but you're now level 8 in taxis. Like, I could probably sit here just with like 20 people on the server and just watch all their bars go up. I'd be quite happy. So, I'm going to just put comments in.
Oh, bloody hell. So I now have 5 current ships.
Don't, but server only sends that shit irregularly. But I'm just looking at that now because it should set stats dirty when you.
Oops. Press escape. Oh, backspace to go back. I think I disconnected.
Escape is out. Alright, yeah, so when you request I do indeed set your request to fly a ship, that's probably a whole chunk of data because you said, oh, I'm trying to do something. So yeah, what happens is you get into a new ship, but I don't send the data about the ship you got. Obviously, why would I? Because that ship's just idle. But because you just got out the ship, I need to tell everyone. And I'm going to keep saying this. I haven't had it. Playing the game rather than just me going click click. Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you will have spent. Oh, was that 2 hours 20 minutes? Yeah, you spent about 2 hours in the taxi, which is probably, I reckon, it's probably actually a bit short because I will be implementing upgrades, so you'll be able to get a more efficient engine, bigger fuel tank, whatever other upgrades we determine are cool and fun. So it might be that it takes a day of playing to before you get access to the limo, because the limo it's much more difficult to fly, but does carry 8 passengers, not 2. So you make significantly more cash.
Yeah, I'm assuming the commensurately a bigger bonus.
The bonus is linear, so yeah, it'd be still the same percentage, but obviously more, assuming you can get there in time. Fix most of your issues. Jury, not Jerry. And nothing to do with rigging a jury, which is something else.
Jury rigging, yeah.
But yeah, jury rigging and rigging a jury.
Hello? You back? I'm in Tad.
It's not 2012 anymore. Yeah, I've been back.
Okay.
I was bitching about Steam. Because before I lost power, most of my Steam updates were fine. And now I've got it down like 16 downloads. Like, excuse me?
Oh, so you didn't mark them as done.
Yeah, so I guess on my list for tomorrow is I will delete the second player from the server and then repeatedly join and leave. Let me have a look. You're in a ship called Not Loaded's Taxi. You are trying to get to the spare parts warehouse. Spare parts warehouse is in front of you, about 3 or 4 side of the HSS, which is the big. Get kicked. The first time I access the hierarchy in a run, Unity does something, and it takes about.
Pretty sure he doesn't even know what he did.
I'm not even in the game at the moment.
Oh, did you get kicked out, or was that?
It was like, you're gonna get away with it.
No, I chose to leave. It's nearly midnight, so I'm here.
It is. I've got a huge list. But mostly
Good thing,
working.
right?
And we're talking about quite minor
One step
things,
closer.
like Max's levels aren't shown accurately on the client. I mean, I think it's something else issue, because Max, you're only. Oh no, I guess he's level 6. You're level 8, but you have flown other things. Yeah, okay. I will transmit those. It's quite easy. I just wasn't transmitting them in the.
That's always good.
Sunshiny day.
Cool.
So sunny, I
Oh,
should be
dear.
taking the motorbike. And yeah,
Don't get sunstroke like I did today.
I won't, because I'll be in full bike gear.
Oh,
Some
no.
of it on me.
No, I was throwing up on the way home. That was fun.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
Mm.
But yeah, someone
Don't
was
do
like,
that.
electric bikes aren't really fun, nobody wants them. But I've genuinely got to the point where my cruiser isn't even, it's MOT'd and it's insured, but it's not taxed. I haven't wanted to use it yet. So I'm getting to the point now where I might just. Not interested in using it, even though it sounds so cool, but like. Very weird.
Next week, I'm getting a quotation for an air source heat pump to replace the gas boiler.
Oh, right, interesting.
Yeah, I know the house does need some upgrades in order to do that. Like, you need to put 22mm pipe all round. You need to change the water tanks, some of the tank mechanisms. I'm not quite sure the details. And obviously, you need proper radiators, not these boom pissings I've got in most of the house. So, but it's just I'm just curious to see what sort of money actually it will cost. Because the government grants still apply, I think. So whatever the cost they come up with, I think it's £5 discount. I was like, oh, that's quite a big discount.
You lose. No, it's more than that. There's no VAT on them.
Oh, right. I know that my gas boiler is old. I don't know how old. So that's reason enough for me to get rid of it.
Yes.
Hella.
Right, well, I shall say good night. I am on holiday this week, so if I am about, you'll
cool.
see me on and off occasionally. So
Yeah. We can do something. Cool. All right. Well, I will just wait. FK. That's fine. Yes. No, I've got lots and lots and lots of things to fix.
It's nice to be useful. Right, well, I'll say good night. Night,
Yeah,
Tab.
no, I shall go at the end of the stream. That's been productive. We will be. Yeah,
Ooh.
and you totally weren't. But I think I may have caused some hiccups. But I have lots and lots of things to fix, so I will call it there. I will do some fixing. We're going to do core keeper today. Let's check this out.
Oh, lovely.
So we haven't done that in a bit. And I try not to break the game more than I develop. Break it 6, but develop it 8. So yeah, thank you, one hand, for popping in. I will fix the issues. I might delete you from the server, but I will try and fix the issue with new players. Don't work. Your ship name's wrong. You've got a free ship you shouldn't have. Lots of things turn up as no name. We'll definitely fix that. So yeah, thank you for coming along. Thank you, Tad.
Is the idea the ATC so like you can use this ship, this free ship, once it's been assigned via the ATC?
I suspect what can happen is the ATC can go, right, all people can use all ships. You should be able to set up a ship as publicly usable. And by default, colony ships are publicly usable. But the server owner or someone who's been promoted should be able to say, yeah, you're not using this. Because, you're costing us a fortune. Because, like, the big cargo ship, like the big ones, they're expensive if you slam them into a station. You're talking thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. Same way, if you drove an oil tanker into a harbour, you're not going to be, oh, don't worry, just pop it on the insurance. It's going to be a little bit more than that.
Okay, man.
I will talk to you very soon and helping.
Yeah, no problem.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.